Start recording, so let's get going. Welcome to the team call. This is Move It and Lose It Team Coaches, April 29th. We are going to be doing a series on inviting. We're going to cover a lot over the next few weeks about inviting because it's one of those things that are just really crucial to the business. Sorry, I just had to mute a couple mics. So if you have any questions as we go along, please feel free to type them into the chat. I will be checking there as we are going through this. And I'm going to switch to sharing screen. Okay, so I've mentioned on this, I've talked about this before on in various team calls, inviting 2 by 2 by 2. And the reason why is because this has not only helped other coaches have success and grow their businesses, but it has helped me as well. Doing these simple things is what got me to Diamond. I really like, this is David Ingram's script guide, but I really like what he has to say. However, I'm not David Ingram, and you guys aren't David Ingram, and we have different personalities. One, you know, most of us being female, and two, you know, we're just different. Each one of us are different. So I thought it would be helpful to kind of go into more detail on what I think would be helpful as far as inviting, and also give what's worked for me. Now, by all means, take what David has posted and take what I'm telling you tonight and make it your own. My goal is to just kind of go through each step as we're going along and take our time. And if it takes more than 1 week to go through all this information, that takes more than 1 week. And I'm not stopping here. I'm going to continue researching other avenues of inviting because I know each of you have different needs and different ways you want to run your business. And frankly, I want to find out different ways to invite as well because, you know, it's an area of weakness for me as well. I haven't perfected it 100% either. We're always growing and learning different things. I am cutting out. Can everyone hear me okay? Type in the chat if you can hear me okay. Okay, now you can. Okay, perfect. All right, so let's get going. So the first thing to inviting is starting conversations. You can't invite people to join you if you aren't even talking to people, if you aren't even reaching out and getting to know people. So we like to make a clear effort in coaching to reach out to people and talk to people. So how many conversations should you have per day? This is basically based on your goals and how fast you want to grow your business. If you are crazy busy and have just a little bit of time to focus on coaching every day, 2 conversations may be all you can do. However, if you want to grow fast and you want to hit Diamond as fast as possible, I suggest having at least 5 conversations a day. It'll get you more exposure to more people and help you build those relationships with more people. How do you start having conversations? There's so many ways to start having conversations, but it's important to focus on in person and on Facebook. Facebook is usually the media outlet, social media outlet that everyone goes to. It's the easiest one to interact with. Instagram is also, you can also do that as well, but there's certain nuances and things that you have to know about Instagram to make that work. So you want to start off by talking to people you are friends with on Facebook, catching up with them, saying things like, hey, what's up? How have you been? What have you been doing? One thing that this helps is, one, it gets you reconnected to people, and two, it helps your posts pop up in their news feeds. Only 10% of whatever you post, what you post will show up in only 10% of your friends. So if you're friends with only 400 people on Facebook, that means only 40 people are going to be seeing your posts, which means only half of that will show any interest. And of that 20 people that show interest, maybe 2% will actually follow through on something. So you want to constantly be adding to your Facebook network, and you constantly want to be interacting with people to get more people showing up in your feeds. So you can, excuse me, start talking to your friends on Facebook. Start looking for new friends on Facebook as well. For people that you're not friends on, remember to form them. Remember to talk about their family, their occupation, what they like to do for recreation, and then share your message. Now, you don't always want to just start off with Beachbody related stuff. You want to ask about their lives and create that connection. And then when they in turn ask what you've been up to, you can talk about your family, your kids, and bring up how excited you are about this side opportunity that you're working on. So it's important to remember to have non-Beachbody related conversations as you're as well as you're talking to people. Again, it'll one reason is it'll help you pop up in their news feeds, and two, you don't want to be that person that people avoid on Facebook because all you do is talk about Beachbody. You want to be able to relate to them, and this works as in person as well. If you're constantly talking about Beachbody and what you're doing fitness-wise, people will start to avoid you. And you definitely don't want to do that. You want to show them that you're more than just Beachbody and coaching. So let's see. So conversations is really simple. It's just reaching out to people. And if we'll touch more on the non-Facebook friends in a second. So how many people should you invite a day? 2 people a day or 5, depending on your goals. We're going to talk about how would you invite, what should you invite to, and getting rid of the what ifs. So how do you invite? One way of inviting is adding friends on Facebook. This doesn't need to be people that you know directly. It can be mutual friends. It can be people that you knew from childhood, like Jenna. It could be high school. It could be church. It could be anywhere. Just reach out and find people. Find people that you have things in common with. Look through their profile, see what their interests are. If they're common interests, great. If not, ask them, hey, I saw that you were interested in this. I've never, I've always wanted more information about that. What is that like? Find a way to connect with them and start a conversation. Don't just send a Facebook invite, a friend request. Make sure you send a message. So that way you, 1, get the conversation going, kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and 2, it lets them know who you are. Why should they accept your friend request? Funny story, when I first moved to Tooele, I was having a hard time meeting people. I was working in a different city full time, so I was commuting. I was busy. I had 4 boys, trying to unpack and get situated in a new town. My only way to meet people was by going to church. So I started going to church, but I still wasn't really able to meet people and connect with people. So I got tired of it. I wanted friends. I'm a very social person. So I literally went through Facebook, and every person that I remember seeing at church, I friend requested. Sometimes I would send a message saying, hey, I'm new in town and I'm trying to get to know people. It's hard for me to get to church sometimes. I just wanted to say hi and get to know people better. And they all accepted my friend request. And from doing that, I can honestly say that I got 2 coaches. One of them is on this call. The other one, Lynn, came from a friend that I friend requested that way and talked to that way. And actually, I think I met Natalie through Facebook before I met her in person too. So Facebook is a great way to even connect with local people. If you think about the school your kids go to, the gym you go to, if you go to a gym, think about all the people you run into and reach out to them. So another way is just reaching out to people through a third-party invite. And this is awesome because it can be done with anyone. It's a non-threatening way. You're not going directly at a person saying, hey, what do you think about doing this? Come join me in this. You're asking them, hey, do you have anyone that you think would like to lose weight? Everyone knows someone that is trying to get into shape, even if it's not them. Most of the time it will be them, and then you can follow up with saying, I'm hosting a fitness challenge and we have room for a few more. If you know of anyone, I'd love to have them join us. Chances are they're most likely say that they have been struggling with losing weight or want to lose weight. And then you can start that relationship with them and form them. And this works for in person as well. I know a lot of you would rather get away from Facebook and start working one-on-one and with people in person. This is great. Most important thing is to make sure that you do have something set up or ready to go for them when they actually say yes. Plan for success in this. So like I said, as before, when you're talking to people, you know, friend requesting them and talking to them in person, it shouldn't be about Beachbody in person. I'll tell you a funny thing. When I go to church, because I have a lot of friends that are in my church on Facebook, when I actually go to church, people I haven't even talked to, they will either instinctively avoid me or they will all of a sudden tell me everything that they're doing wrong with their workouts. Oh, I just can't stop eating sweets. It is the funniest thing. And I don't even expect it. I just say, oh, that's, you know, I totally get it. That's totally fine. I understand. But I don't want to ever make them feel bad or feel guilty about eating treats, you know. And I don't want to push a challenge on them right then and there. I might say, hey, well, if you want help, we've all been there. If you want help, I'm more than happy to help you. But that's as far as I go. And then I might reach out to them later and say, hey, I remember that, you know, what you said in church, and if you have, you know, any questions, I'd love to help you. Don't feel like you have to avoid me or feel pressured to tell me every wrong thing you're doing. I'm just a normal person. So you'll be surprised what will happen. Let's see. I have a ton of notes, so I'm trying to make sure I get them all fit in, so bear with me. Now, I will say that when I've started conversations with people on Facebook or in person, about 80% of those conversations lead to Beachbody, and that's just the natural flow of things because they see what I post about. They, you know, usually I'm very open about being a fitness coach, so usually people will ask me questions or it'll lead to that some way or another. The important thing is not to force it, not to, you know, force it upon people either. What should you invite to? Sorry, I have a really dry throat today. I suggest inviting to something free. Build value and form them with a free challenge group, workout group, or support group. Jenna, you teach classes, invite them to your gym class. You know, think of different free things that you can invite them to. You can do a monthly recipe group at your home. You can do, you know, even a kids play group. Just reach out and start to get to know people any way possible. Oh, let's see. I missed some things. Let's go back. So you can try and invite to paid challenges, but I will say it's going to be hard if you don't have that relationship with that person to invite them to it. If they ask you about it, by all means, talk to them about it. You can give them an option. David has great options in the script to go through. But I found most success by running free challenges and then getting them to move to a paid challenge. The one thing to remember, though, is that the free challenges sometimes aren't enough time to build that relationship with them, the relationship of trust. That's what the free challenges are about. They're meant to build that relationship of trust, give them value, let them know that you are there for them and know how to help them and help them find the best solutions. You know, you're not always going to have people move on to a paid challenge. Some of my biggest cheerleaders and my supporters are what I call free challengers. They just hop from free challenge to free challenge to free challenge. And that's okay because they are not there yet. I have one customer, you know, she didn't like Shakeology, but she does everything else she possibly can. Those people are great just to help support your customers. So don't ever begrudge a free challenger. Now, if they're not ready to move on to a free challenge after, a paid challenge after your 2-week free challenge, that just means that your work's not done with them. That means that you need to continue forming them. And it's nothing to do with you, it's everything to do with them. Either 1, they're not ready to go to a paid challenge, 2, they can't afford it for whatever reason, or 3, they're just not there yet, they're not ready. And it's up to you to be patient and continue to support them and help them continue to see results the best you can. Another important thing is get rid of the what ifs. I know it's a risk putting yourself out there and it's really hard to invite to things, but it's worth it. And you have to have this attitude of some will, some won't, so what next? Don't, get hung up on the one challenger that won't move forward to the next challenge. Don't take it personally. It's a numbers game. And, remember that you are awesome, you know what you're talking about, and have that confidence, because that confidence, people will pick up on that confidence and see that you know what you're talking about. So you can also invite for coaches as well. I'm actually working on doing a webinar, a coaching opportunity webinar, that all of you will be able to invite your coaches or your prospects to as well. And then, so there's 2 ways to invite for coaches. There's people that are in your challenge groups that you've been looking out and seeing that they make a great coach. And then there's people who you just want to try and invite to coach. Maybe it's for rank, or maybe you see someone struggling financially and you think you can help them. For people in your challenge groups, when you reach out to them, tell them why you think they'd be a great coach. Give them a reason why. So Karen, she's a new coach. She just signed up and this is her first team call. Congratulations, Karen. She has been Lynn and one of our biggest supporters as we've run challenges. She has been such a great cheerleader. She has, helped our customers with support. And, from the beginning, seeing her do that, I knew she'd be a great coach. So, when Lynn was ready to talk to her about coaching, I'm sure she did tell Karen what she thought would make a great coach. And Karen would definitely be one person I would say, I've been watching you support others in our group. You're already coaching. I know you'd be amazing at this. You're doing everything already. It could be something as simple as, wow, you really had great results in our challenge. You would make an awesome coach because you've done it, you know what you're doing, and you could help so many other people have results the way you did. Building their confidence and building them up will help them see that they can do it, and will make them more willing to do it. From there, you ask them if they'd like more information. And then if they would, you send them a video webinar to explain it. Now, what I've kind of done and I've seen other people do is I send them the quick quick coaching webinar, or it's a video clip on coachwithus.com. I send them that, and then I also send, if they want more information after that, I send them Kate's coaching opportunity webinar. Now I use Kate's because I haven't made my own yet, and Kate and I have very similar personalities, and so I know that people who are interested in me and that I connect with are going to be more interested in her. David also has one as well, and you may find that you connect better with David's webinar, and that's okay. Share his. But share something that you think will connect with people. Or you can meet them in person and talk to them and share your story in person and why you love coaching, how you've been successful with it, or share other people's stories. I love to share how David was able to quit his 6-figure income job to coach full-time. Huge success story, and it's very relatable because Kate and David are my good friends, and I saw them do it. So share a story you know. If they're interested after you show them the webinar, follow up with them and ask them if they, follow up with them by phone and ask good questions. In the scripts, David has a lot of great questions to follow up. The first one being, what did you like about what you saw? Don't focus on the negative. Don't say, what didn't you like? Because you want to keep them focusing positively. So for others that are in your challenge group, share your why that you're a coach and ask if they're open to learning more. And this can be done through Facebook messages. You can actually target local people or anyone. This could be people that you've seen in other groups. I am a part of a couple different groups on Facebook based on my interests. And when I see someone that is interested in similar things, I have reached out to them and say, hey, if you're looking to earn extra money doing this, I can help. I would love to. And then I share with them why I coach and things like that. Let them know you're all in, but don't let them know you're desperate. Don't give that sense. Have an attitude of, I'm doing this with or without you. I'd love to have you join, but if not, I've got 10 other people I need to talk to. Whether or not you have 10 other people, let them know that you're going to be successful with or without them. You want them with you, but they don't have to be. So send them the webinar and video to explain it. Follow up by phone and ask good questions, and then enroll them. Help them with the enrollment process. Now, the best way to enroll someone always is the challenge pack, because they get their coaching fee waived, the initial fee. But sometimes that's not for everyone. But help them be successful. I've had a couple coaches that were interested in coaching, but they couldn't do a challenge pack. So they just paid the initial fee, or they bought enough product to give them 50 PV to be considered active so they could get commission. But the point is to help them and help them be successful. Handling common questions. And I put this as a joke. What's the question? Why wouldn't you want to be a coach? Why wouldn't you want to do a challenge group? It's awesome. So a common question is, what is a coach? Explain what you do. Explain that you're not a nutritionist. You're not a specialist. You're just a customer like them who has had experience and has had great results and wanted to help other people do the same. A lot of times we get Shakeology seems so expensive. Do I have to get Shakeology? When people talk like this, what I do is I share that, I say, express the importance of it and what I do to make it work. I substitute in my grocery budget. I won't ever go a day without it because it helps my fibromyalgia. If I didn't take it, I would probably be bedridden. And, kind of put it back on them and make them question, what is your health worth to you? Is your health worth seeing the investment? Or is your health worth the investment? Help them see that this is, a great path for them. There are so many other products out there. I get asked all the time, what I think of other products, and I don't even focus on that. What I focus on is what Shakeology has done for me. So I'll do a lot of the, I don't know much about that, but if you're really looking for a great, meal replacement or a great whatever it is that will help you see results and feel amazing and is a lifetime solution, I've got something for you. And I'll send you a packet to try it before you buy it. It's all about posture and confidence. And that's something I've realized over the years that is critical to being successful with this, is to be confident and know that you have the solution for people. So let's see. I think we're actually going to get through all of this. Holy cow, sorry. I thought it would take longer. Following up. The money is in the follow-up. It is crucial to follow up. And sometimes it takes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. I have one person that I've talked to for about 2 weeks now about ordering Shakeology, and she keeps postponing it because she's busy. She's got 7 kids, and she homeschools, and she's got all these things going on in her life. So finding the time to actually sit down and order is hard. I think the next step is, hey, do you want me to order it for you? You want me to start the process through Coach Mobile app? But make sure you follow up. You can follow the 24, 48, 72 rule. You don't need to wait a week. Do not wait a week, because chances are they've already moved on. They've probably found something else that'll work for them, or they've forgotten completely about it. So after you talk to them, follow up with them the next day. Hey, I just wanted to follow up, see what you thought of what we talked about yesterday. Would you like to order? From there, 48 hours. Oh, here, I have a slide for that. I just wanted to check in and make sure you were able to order okay. Did you have any questions? 72 hours. Hey, how are you? I thought I'd like a follow up with you one more time in case you got busy or had any questions. If they still don't respond after this, I usually let them off the hook. And I'll say, hey, and I did this with the person that has 7 kids. Hey, I don't want to keep bugging you. I just want you to know that I'm here for you no matter what, whether you decide to order Shakeology or not. But I just, just let me know. I won't bug you anymore. I just want you to know I'm here for them. Because a lot of times when you do follow up, they think that, you don't want to give them the wrong impression that you're just trying to get the sale. So that kind of lets them off the hook, lets them know that they could still reach out to you for help. And then it kind of eases that pressure off of them as well. And the lady that I was referring to, she messaged me back and said, oh my gosh, I keep forgetting. I can't believe that was a week ago. We've, since we talked, and you messaged me a couple times. I'm going to try to do it. Please, keep being persistent. Thank you for it. And she's in a free challenge group, and she mentioned that she feels like she's addicted to sugar. So I was able to talk to her a little bit about why we crave sugar, and it's, we're starting a conversation about that and how important Shakeology is to that. So, that is always a good way to go about it. Chances are when you let them off the hook, the pressure eases off and they'll still help you. Coach follow-up. Following up with coach people is important and crucial as well, and is about the same as the getting them to sign up for Shakeology or Challenge Pack. So you want to ask good questions. You want to talk to them about what they liked about what you sent them, and help them sign up. Either way, you want to help them sign up. You want to give them a link. You want to walk them through the process. I've had some people who go onto teambeachbody.com and they don't get the format, and so they want to, go through it over phone. I've had local people that I've gone over to their house and helped them sign up because they want to make sure they do it right. So be a good coach and make sure you follow up with them, make sure that they got signed up, follow up in your online office and make sure they're in there. A lot of times they had a previous Team Beachbody account that they didn't know about, and so the credit went to the other coach, and you need to make sure that they go to your coach. Make sure if they're a coach signing up that they're placed on the leg that you want them to be on, because you only have 72 hours to switch that or forever hold your peace. So those are the tips that I have on inviting tonight. I wasn't expecting to go through all this in one night, but like I said, I will have other research to do. I'm going to unmute it and ask any questions. If you think of any questions later, please feel free to ask me, because what I'll do is I will put those on next week's team call. I just feel the need to really focus on inviting and help you guys master this process. So go ahead and unmute yourselves, and if you have any questions, please ask.
I don't have a question, but I have been trying every day to start 5 conversations and invite 5 new people. And so one of the ways I've been doing it, because I'm always like, I know all my friends, I don't have any other people to invite. So I was trying to think of new ways to find more people. And I started going to my friends and looking through their friends lists. And I found a lot of people that I've gone to high school with or that I've lived by that I totally forgot about. And so I've been adding them in the last few days. I've been able to add at least 5 people every day. So, and I've only gone through like 5 different friends lists. So that's one way to find more people if you're struggling on knowing how to do that.
That's so awesome. And that's a great way to do it. And Facebook, in your newsfeed, they'll even pop up like who you have mutual friends with. So it makes it so easy. Brigida Linford, she's one of the top 10 coaches in Beachbody. What she actually did is she went through her friends list and went alphabetically and just started a conversation with each one of them, every single one. And she just did, 1 letter a day or however many she wanted to do. She looked on their profile and found something to comment on and started the conversation that way. She even told a story about someone that she didn't get along with, and that person even wound up becoming a coach because she started a conversation. So never say never, and never avoid anyone. Good tips, Celeste. Anyone else have any questions? Do you have any questions? Okay. No. All right. Well, if that's it, we'll go ahead and wrap up. Thank you all for joining. If you want the PDF slides, let me know, and I will upload them to the group. But like I said, if you haven't already, download the 2x2x2 invite script. I'm sure my call tonight will make a lot more sense as you go through it. If you think of anything later that you've been throughout the week that you've been struggling with, let me know, because chances are everyone else is struggling with that a little bit as well. And we'll feature on it on next week's team call. So thank you everyone for joining, and we will see you next week.